So you're giving your photographs a quick clean. Step number 4 is to share them. Hi, my name's Lucilla Ronai and welcome to the Conservation Starter. Today we're going through part 4 of 5 things to do with your family photographs to make sure they last. Often with family photographs, only one person can have them, and there's usually family scattered here and there that would love to have access to them too. So the way to do that is to digitize them. You've got a few options when you digitize them. One is to use a camera and the other is to use a scanner. With cameras, I recommend using the best one you have access to and have it set to the highest possible settings. This just means you're getting as best a digital copy as possible. But these days, most smartphones take excellent pictures, so you could just use those. Another option is if you have a scanner to use that. The only thing to keep in mind is if your photographs have a tendency to curl, if you put them in the scanner and shut the lid, you might squash them. So if there's a risk to the photograph, do not put them in the scanner. Again, with a scanner, use as high possible quality as you can. If you're digitizing photos that have information on the back, I strongly recommend photographing or scanning both the front and the back so you keep that information. My top tip once you've captured your digital copies through either a scanner or a camera is to make sure you label the file names appropriately, store them in a good folder structure where you know where it is. You need to be able to find these files again. Also, back them up. Seriously, just back them up. You do not want to have gone to all the effort of digitizing them and then lose it. There is so much more to know about digitizing your items. Some galleries, libraries, archives, and museums have whole teams dedicated to digitizing their collection. It's a whole specialist field on its own. So I'm gonna do another video on how to digitize your family treasures in the near future. There are also some incredible resources on how to digitize your collections, which I'll include in the description below. The great thing with digitizing is it's also an alternative to having to keep handling the photographs themselves and accessing them. You could, if you're wanting to look at the images, just look at the digitized version instead. And this just limits more risk to the item. Once you've digitized your family treasures, you can share them in any number of ways, both digitally through file sharing, emailing, but also you can print out other hard copies so other people can have copies of the photographs. Thank you for joining me on how to share your family photographs. Make sure you check out my earlier videos on how to handle, identify, and clean your photos. And up next is how to store your family photographs, so stay tuned.